We have a Massachusetts State Track Coaches Association. I think I said that all right. MSTCA. And many of the representatives are here, so if you guys can just wave to the crowd. I have Mr. Bill Kane. My favorite opponent, sorry Brandon, my favorite opponent, Mr. Mike Budd. Mr. and Mrs. Rob Bathen from Northampton, thank you very much for being here. Brandon Palmer from Northampton. Who? Brandon Palmer. And this guy, wherever I go, this guy's following me around. Mr. Caruana. Mr. Caruana, this is my old friend. He follows me wherever I go. He loves that. Obviously, you all know why we're here today. So, on the back of your program, we're going to try, or inside of your program, if you have one, we're going to try to stick with this the best that we can. No big deal. I'm Coach Pantuosco, the master of ceremony. Our first speaker is going to be our Superintendent, Mr. O'Shea.
Thank you so much, and welcome to everyone. Welcome to the family, friends, everyone here out to support a great man and a great day. My name is Marty O'Shea. I'm Superintendent of Schools, and on behalf of the school committee and the administration, it is my great honor and privilege to be here with you on this very historic day. The school committee is represented by Ms. Brown Monahan, who coached alongside Coach Devine at one time and has been a great friend to the track community in Western Massachusetts. So thank you, Brown, for coming out. For over 32 years, John served the families and students of Longmeadow Public Schools, and thousands of students have benefited from his endless compassion, his care, and his dedication. For me, as a teacher and administrator in Longmeadow for many years, I had the great pleasure of working alongside John, and I recall his calm demeanor, his sound advice, and his relentlessly positive attitude. It was infectious, and it had a great positive effect on the culture of Longmeadow High School for decades. And certainly, he was always, in all of his dealings with all of us, always humble, always kind, always selfless, and I mean always. And there's very few people that I can say that about, that I've come across in my career. But John was all of those things at every moment, every day, and I thank him for that. I thank him for being a model for the rest of us. And since we are out here in a competitive venue, I think it's important not to forget John's competitive nature. I was on the wrong side of that, playing some faculty basketball games many years ago, but it was always good, kind-hearted competitiveness. As a coach, John shaped the lives of thousands and thousands of students, and I wish you could all read the petition that Mary Henshaw presented to the school committee many months ago. It was a testament to the depths of John's care, to the depths of his compassion, to the depths of his love for all the student athletes that he's encountered over many, many years. So Mary, thank you. Mary Henshaw, thank you for bringing us together. Thank you for bringing this proposal forward to the school community. Thank you, Mr. Capitano, Mr. Landers, Mr. Pantuosco, and so many others who contributed to making this event possible. But most of all, thank you, Coach Devine. Thank you for showing us what it truly means to be an educator, a coach, and a great friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. O'Shea. Back to my program here. Okay, our next speaker is one of my favorite student athletes at Longmeadow High School of all time. His name is Michael Fisher. Michael was an academic All-American when he was here at Longmeadow High School. I bet you guys didn't even know there was such thing as an academic All-American. Wonderful student, wonderful athlete, and person from a great family. So Mike, come on up.
still recovering from the 1 mile. Had to bring the water here. I could probably talk for about 30 minutes about Coach Devine, but I'll spare you and try to keep this quick. When I think about Coach, the one thing that pops in my head is how selfless he is and how he treats each individual athlete equally, whether you run the mile in 4 minutes or 20 minutes, you're a captain or you don't even participate in the meets. He makes sure that he knows you're important to him. And it's easily exemplified by the fact that he spends time with each individual athlete before and after every meet on the bus for indoor track every Friday night, just to make sure you're in a good headspace and ready to go. I don't know many people that would do that for over 100. I don't know how many athletes that he had at the time, but it's incredible. I remember one year we showed up to the first day of track, and I swear it was a record number of individuals that came out for the team that year. And, he walked into the cafeteria where we usually had practice, and he had his famous notebook that he always carried around, and he looked up and noticed all of the athletes going out for the track team, and his eyes went wide, and he was shocked by the amount of people that came out, and that's no coincidence. That's a testament to him. But he ended up making a witty comment about saying how half of us would probably quit the team by tomorrow. It was a tough practice that day, I'll tell you that. I guess I would like to close by saying it didn't matter what kind of athlete you were with Coach. Take it from someone that had a little success with the sport. It didn't matter to him if you were the best athlete or just there for fun. It mattered the type of person that you are and that you strive to be. And I am 100% a better person because of Coach Devine, and that's why his name is on the track and why he'll always be a Hall of Famer. So not only thank you for making me a better person, but thousands of other students and athletes. So thank you again, and congratulations.
This is the kind of student athlete that we have here at Longmeadow High School. People like Mike Fisher. And the next person is a wonderful student athlete as well. She still is a student athlete. Attending Loyola Marymount?
Yeah.
Close.
Close.
Taylor McHugh, class of 2019. And she had Coach Devine for, I don't know, 8 seasons, Coach Taylor?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on up and speak about Coach Devine. Taylor McHugh.
Hi, I'm Taylor McHugh. Sorry, I'm still looking at the 400, but I guess what I have to say basically echoes what everyone else has had to say, and just that Coach Devine has always made an above and beyond effort to make everyone feel special, and with his kind and compassionate character, has always had this amazing ability to empathize with everyone. But I think what was even more special was that he was to the individual. Like, every conversation he had wasn't the same as the conversation he had before with someone else. I admit, I was a total brat in high school. I did not want to do any of the hard workouts that he would always tell us to do. He would say he gave us the bare minimum, and I would still complain about everything, but he had the faith in me to go out and do it the best that I could. Even putting me back-to-back events, I would cry and complain, but because he knew I could do it eventually, I found the will in myself to be able to do it, and I think that speaks for a lot of athletes here today, and it's really contributed to my overall success, like whether it be on the track, in the classroom, outside. His faith in me really contributed to me having faith in myself, so I just wanted to say thank you for that, and I think everyone really enjoys having me around and appreciates your empathy.
once again, girls and boys that are on the track team, if you can emulate and become an student athlete like Mike Fisher and Taylor McHugh, you are well on your way to being successful. Those are two people that I will remember forever. Mary Henshaw, excuse me, is Mary Henshaw, the track athlete. I've been going back and forth with Mary for about a month, and I thought she was Mary Henshaw, the mother of Mary Henshaw, the athlete. And then yesterday, I kind of figured it out. I'm a pretty bright guy, but I didn't figure it out till yesterday. But Mary Henshaw is 24 years old, and boy, does she have a lot of energy, and she is, where is Mary? Right here in front of me. Very mature young lady. I got 4 kids, and they're all older than Mary, but not really. Not when you look at the maturity. But Mary has helped put together this event, and we are all here today because she has created the dedication of this track. And I don't know if you can see that little spray painting we have over there, done by our DPW. It says John Devine Track, and that is all possible because of Mary. So Mary would like to make a presentation. Do you want to talk, Mary?
Hi everybody, my name is Mary Henshaw. I'm the class of 2014. I was fortunate enough to be one of Coach Devine's athletes for all of my high school career. It's one of the things that I'm most grateful for in my high school experience. I know I'm not alone in that. I won't repeat what everybody else has said, but I did want to talk a little bit about the dedication process, because I do think that that has been a real testament to not only the quality of his coaching and his counseling and friendship over the years, but also to the volume of people who have been affected by him so positively. We started out with the idea back in July, and we had a petition that had gone around on social media, and I think the grand total was like 1,200 people that had signed the petition from all over, and varying people, some of whom I recognized and a lot that I didn't. And then I was fortunate enough to work with the school committee and Principal Landers to kind of make this all happen. I did also want to take an opportunity to thank some of the people who donated to the GoFundMe to purchase some of the signs and everything that are now located around the track, and also to talk about the boulder and plaque that's going to be installed soon, hopefully within the next month or so. So like I said, I wanted to keep it short, but I did want to present Coach Devine with this mock-up of the plaque that is going to be placed right in front of the record board. I'll leave it out for people to kind of look at, but I guess I won't hand it off. But yeah, if you would, that would be great. So this is the plaque that's going to be going up, and I'm grateful for the people that have kind of helped me edit it, and for all of the support from the school committee and the kind of the community as a whole. I think that there's no one more deserving of this honor, so I'm thrilled with that. We're all here today, and thank you all for coming, and thank you for donating to the GoFundMe and signing the petition and participating in the public forum and all of the various steps in this process. It's been a real pleasure to have this honor for Coach. So thank you.
Wonderful job, Mary, and 1,200 people is just a testament to probably 1/5 of the athletes that you coach. So really 4/5 didn't sign that, John. So just saying. But anyway,
To them on social media.
I want to thank some people that are here, of course. Superintendent O'Shea, thank you for being here. Principal Landers, thank you for being here. Athletic Director Michael Capitosco, thank you. All of our teachers and staff, Kayla Werland, thank you all for being here. We're not done, but I just want to acknowledge our coaches. Coach Weber, I see right over here. I see Coach Kervian over here also. Coach Rick is over here. Coach Tanner Williams. Myself, if I missed any coaches that are present, I'm sorry if I did. But we are trying to fill the shoes of John Devine, and we are putting in a good effort, but I don't think we'll ever measure up. Our next speaker is a good friend of mine over the last few years. We were competitors for a long time, but we both learned that we're getting too old to fight against each other, so now we just love each other, right? Mr. Bud?
Thanks, JB. As you can see, I'm wearing the rival's colors, right? 62 years, East Longmeadow and Longmeadow have engaged in a unique rivalry. One of the Hall of Fame coaches that could not be here today sends his regards to Coach Devine. That's Dr. Malazimuddin Rasool from Amherst. And he often stated that we were rivals, not enemies. It wasn't until you left, John, that I spoke on a personal level with JP. When I finally was able to define our relationship, we're competitors. That's pure and simple. We're just competitors. The dual meets that we would often have would produce state-level performances in multiple events. We all don't know from East Longmeadow. Okay, nobody booed. You, my friend, were so much a consideration of our prep. It's almost as if you were right there when we formulated our strategies, when we had to go into Longmeadow. A lot of people do not know this, but you're one of the very, very few people in this world that, like Ted Dekowitz, was a positive influence on those members of my family. For that, forcing me to become a better coach. I'll always love you. Problem is, I know that you're a Lancer forever. And every time I come here in the future, I'll be reminded of that plaque. I heard it's going to be a rock now. And you're just throwing stuff at me. But I'll always be reminded of how tough it is to come here to compete and have any success. Thanks. So today I also officially invite you to be a part of my coaching staff family. In a manner of speaking, you always have been. I'll also need to get some trade secrets, so in case I go against Mr. Pantuosco and Mr. Williams. So what I want to do is I want to present you with this shirt to make you part of my coaching staff. You all know it's official. You won't wear it today. That's the newest version of our coaching shirts. And I've been holding on to that for you for a year. It matches our uniform. I hope you find it fine.
This guy's my competitor? I don't know.
You ain't getting a shirt.
No, I'm sorry. Track is a very unique sport. I think these kids that are all sitting here know that there's really, you don't get mad at other teams unless you want to kill that team. You just go out and compete. And it's really strange, because I am truly a hot-headed Italian, like my friend here. Truly a hot-headed Italian. But over the last decade or so, I've trying to teach my athletes to be considerate, to be good sportsmanship, and to follow, do things the right way. It's amazing. They cheer for the other team when they run down the runway, both the boys and girls. It is one of the most unique things you'll see in sports. And obviously we do that because we have adoration for our opponents. But Coach Butter is an opponent of mine, but only on Friday nights. Okay, I'd like to talk, the next person I'll talk is a member of the Massachusetts State Track Coaches Association, and his name is Bill Kane, and he will be presenting Coach Devine with his Hall of Fame award that he earned a short while ago. Mr. Bill Kane.
Thank you. Good afternoon. As Coach Pantuosco said, my name is Bill Kane. I'm the retired track and field coach and cross-country coach at Holyoke High School. I'm also the director of the Indoor Track League. So many of you who are current or
recent indoor track athletes recognize me. I'm the guy who screams and yells and tells you to get off the infield. I prefer to think of it as running an efficient, well-run meet, but I guess it's all a matter of perception. I've been selected by my colleagues in the MSTCA to present this award this afternoon. And I want to thank President Jim Hoare and E-Board members Michael Budd, Matt Griffin, and Linda Robotham for selecting me for that honor. John Devine is much more than a coaching colleague of mine. He is an inspiration, and he is a true friend. Since 1976, the Massachusetts State Track Coaches Association has selected, from the thousands of individuals who have coached high school track in our state, only 168 coaches for induction into its Hall of Fame. Just 18 of those individuals represent schools in Western Mass. Today, we raise those numbers to 169 and 19 with the inclusion of my friend, John Devine. It's okay. Some of you who are unfamiliar with the MSTCA Hall of Fame might ask, what does it take to be nominated? This is what it takes to be nominated, not necessarily selected. The selection process is even more refined and more specialized than this. First, a nominee must have a career that has spanned a minimum of 20 years in the sport, track and field or cross country. We don't allow any double or triple dipping. If someone coaches cross country in the fall, the spring in the winter, and the spring, that counts as 1 year, not 3. Longevity in the sport is very important. It is one of John's hallmarks. Seems to me like he's been around forever. Secondly, the individuals and teams coached by the nominee must have had success in dual meets, conference meets, and state level meets. If I were to try to list all of the outstanding athletes and performances that John has coached, I would be up here far longer than the 2 hours Coach Pantuosco said that I could have the mic. Thirdly, the nominee must have made contributions to the sport beyond his or her own team. John's active participation in pre- and post-season coaches meetings has driven changes that have helped make the PBIAC one of the preeminent conferences in the state. As a meet director, I have always been able to rely upon John to help me in any way to make our meets run smoothly for all of the athletes involved, not just those wearing black and white. Lastly, and to me most importantly, the nominee must be an exemplary role model, be well respected by his or her peers. It is obvious, judging by the number of kids he carried on his teams, that John commanded the respect and the admiration of his student athletes. As an official or an opposing coach, I always knew that if I was approached by an LHS athlete, it would be a polite and respectful interaction. Where do you suppose those kids learned that? John Devine has been an exemplary role model, not just for his athletes, for his fellow coaches as well. He has mastered the arts of never letting a discussion devolve into an argument and being able to disagree without ever becoming disagreeable. I've officiated John's meets, I've coached against John's teams, and I've directed many meets in which his teams have participated. I cannot remember one single incident where John did not advocate strongly for his athletes, and yet, nor can I remember a single time when he raised his voice or became disrespectful. Shortly after John began the battle he is currently fighting, I started receiving treatment for cancer. The frequent emails I have received from Coach Devine always begin with an inquiry into my health and my well-being and that of my wife. It amazes me, and yet it does not surprise me, that his first concern is for us, not himself. Life, it seems, is truly a matter of give and take. Winston Churchill once said, "We make a living by what we take, but we make a life by what we give." With John, it has always been and will always be a heck of a lot more give than take. I would like to conclude that I'm directing this at the superintendent and members of the school committee and members of the community, taxpayers, the parents. When a school hires a new teacher, a new counselor, or a new coach, they take a big chance that he or she will be everything that a mentor of young people needs to be. Longmeadow High School hired John Devine and hired a Hall of Famer. Thank you.
Hall of Fame award for Coach Devine. That was an awesome speech, Mr. Kane. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you know, when you guys go up to Smith College on Friday nights, how awesome is it up there? Is it a blast or what? Yeah, it is awesome. It's awesome. And that's because of Mr. Kane.
Stay off the infield.
Stay off. We're all in the infield. Get off the infield right now. I had a little speech to give, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to introduce Greg next. I have a little story about Greg. Greg Devine is right over here. Way back in the 1990s, I was coaching Cathedral High School. Got any Cathedral people here? A couple of Cathedral people here. We got a few.
Just you, John.
Just me, the last one. But Coach Devine was here at Longmeadow, and I was, you know, becoming a good friend of his. And Cathedral was facing Central High School in track. And Coach Devine said, "Oh, I'm going to be over there today. My son Greg runs for Central High School." And I'm thinking, all right, Coach Devine is 5'4", weighs 75 pounds. What could his son possibly look like? Here comes this hulking Charlie Marino out of nowhere. He didn't run over hurdles, he ran through hurdles. And he came up to me after the meet and he said, "Hi, I'm Greg Devine, Coach Devine's son." And he pulled my arm out of his socket. You don't remember any of that, Greg? Greg is an awesome athlete. He is a father of two, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But Greg, come on up and speak on behalf of your dad.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out. On behalf of the whole Devine family, we thank every one of you. Everyone's had a role, whether it's been as a student, a parent, an athlete, a friend. So thank you. Today I have a quick speech from Coach Devine, so while I am the voice, the words are his, and the feelings and sentiments are his as well. So I apologize if I butcher any part of this. It is my fault if so, but this came from Coach Devine, and again, just thank you. So, greetings everyone. Thank you for coming out today. I am truly blessed. It's an honor to be inducted into the Coaches Hall of Fame and to have this track dedicated in my name. I would like to thank Mary Henshaw for all the wonderful work she did in getting the track named after her. I would like to thank Coach Pantuosco for organizing the event and, as always, running it on time. Coach Kane, Coach William, Coach Bud, thank you. Thank you for nominating me to the Hall of Fame. While I don't feel that I necessarily deserve this, I'm honored to be among a select few. Thank you. My high school motto was, not for school, but for life. And I've used this coaching as an opportunity to teach students that preparation is important. Being positive and confident, rather than negative, stressed, and anxious. And that by giving your best, you'll produce positive results. And listening to our theme songs certainly helped. As a coach, my first goal was to create a caring and supportive environment. My next goal was to teach everyone athletic skills that they could use for life. Like the work of art in the museum, I said each one was one of a kind, a masterpiece. All of my student athletes became positively engaged, appreciative, supportive of one another, and they were all motivated to do well. Just like those M&Ms. As a retired coach, I do miss the experience, coming down every day to be with the ones that I love. Statistics that have been shared, that I've dug up here. My indoor and outdoor record stands at 405 wins, but you can check that for me. 71 losses, 26 league championships, and 6 Western Mass championships. But the most important statistic for me was the 4,560 students and student athletes that I was able to interact with. You stepped over a hurdle on day one of practice and touched my heart. I love each one of you. It's a great honor to have coached you, and I wish you all the very best in the future with all of your endeavors. I pray that God will bless and protect and guide you through all of life's journeys. Stay positive. Thank you. Coach D, John Devine.
What is today?
John
Coach Devine Day. John Devine Day. John, you guys, alumni, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. You just show us how much you love Coach Devine. Some of you guys that had Coach Devine on my team, thank you guys all for your efforts today. I think you had a great time and you showed heart. Ladies, every time you step on the track, you're wearing the uniforms that Coach Devine was so proud of. All my colleagues, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Nobody mentioned Debbie yet. She's a wonderful wife. And John for 450 or 45. We got your M&Ms over here. This is one little paragraph that I wrote. John and Debbie have been married for 45 years. Wow. I'm not even 45 years old. They have been blessed with 2 children, Greg and Emily. Greg, of course, is here speaking. Greg's a 4-time All-American in track at Tufts University. They have 4 grandchildren. Cameron is here somewhere. Where's Cameron? Cameron is here. Yep. Cameron and Gabriella are here. Two beautiful children here with their Anastasia and Philomena are not here. They live down in Louisiana. John and Debbie are devoted members of St. Catherine's of Siena Church in Springfield. And John has coached here for 22 years, but obviously his legacy will live on forever. To Coach John Devine Day here at Longmeadow High School on the John Devine track. Thank you all very much for coming.